Welcome to this explainer on the Minimalist Manual for Financial Stability. In a world that is completely obsessed with side hustles, massive salaries, and an endless cycle of accumulation, we often lose sight of the absolute fundamentals. What if I told you that true financial stability has absolutely nothing to do with how much money you earn?
And instead, it has everything to do with a few simple, honestly kind of boring rules that the vast majority of people completely ignore. The truth is, mastering your money, it's not about complex math. It doesn't require a background in high finance. It is entirely about mastering your own human behavior.
Think about this for a second. Right now, a mid-level professional earning 30,000 rupees a month and a senior executive earning 3 lakh rupees. They are often struggling with the exact same suffocating financial anxiety. They aren't just unlucky, and they certainly aren't helpless victims of a turbulent economy. No, they are both struggling because they're breaking the exact same basic laws of money.
Let's dive into Section 1, Foundations of Financial Safety.
I want to show you a remarkably simple system that quietly keeps you financially safe. And it starts with Rule 1, always spend less than you earn. Now, I know it sounds incredibly obvious, right? Yet, most people completely fail to follow this because they fall victim to lifestyle inflation. The very second they get a raise, they immediately upgrade their phone, they start buying designer clothes, or they eat out way more often. This is a silent habit, and it destroys your financial stability before it can even take root.
So instead of continuously upgrading your life to match your new paycheck, you must learn to lock your lifestyle. When your income goes up, that new surplus needs to flow directly into your savings and investments, not into your daily living expenses. The minimalist formula for building wealth is actually incredibly simple. Earn more, save more, but never spend more just because you suddenly have the ability to do so.
Okay, once you've successfully stopped the bleeding caused by lifestyle inflation, we move directly to Rule 2. Build a safety cushion first. Before you even think about investing in the stock market, or buying real estate, or taking any risks whatsoever to build wealth, you absolutely must establish a reliable financial shield.
This protective shield must cover at least 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses. Life, unfortunately, does not send you a warning text before a crisis happens. Whether it's a sudden job loss, a severe medical emergency, or massive unexpected home repairs, living without a financial cushion means a single bad day can bankrupt you. But with that cash safely reserved, everyday panic is completely replaced by a sense of absolute, calm control.
Which brings us to Rule 3. Avoid bad debt at all costs. We are constantly taught by society that debt is just a tool. And well, while not all debt is inherently malicious, consumer debt absolutely is. Swiping credit cards for temporary lifestyle upgrades or getting trapped in those buy now, pay later schemes, these are not modern wealth building strategies. They are financial chains. Chains that literally bind your future income to your past decisions.
Just look at the comparison here. If you are going into debt for a depreciating asset like a luxury car, the latest smartphone, or a lavish vacation, you are quite literally stealing from your future self. The ultimate minimalist rule for borrowing is unforgiving, but it is so necessary. If the asset does not generate income or appreciate in value for you, you should never ever take out a loan to acquire it.
Moving right along to Section 2, Building Simple Money Systems.
This brings us to Rule 4. Automate your savings. Now, to make these rules actually work in the real world, we have to acknowledge a fundamental truth about human nature. Motivation is temporary, and discipline, it fades. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever just happens to be left over, well, you're going to save absolutely nothing. You have to completely remove the flawed human decision-making process. Set up automated, unchangeable transfers the exact day your paycheck hits your account. By building a financial conveyor belt, your money continuously works in the background. There's no thinking required, no delay, and absolutely no room for excuses. By paying yourself first automatically, you turn wealth accumulation into a passive, unbreakable habit, one that requires zero daily effort on your part.
Rule 5 demands that you keep your life financially simple. You see, the more complex your portfolio becomes, the harder it is to manage and monitor. Juggling multiple high-interest loans, a dozen random digital subscriptions, and scattered overly complex investments, it just creates unnecessary chaos. And chaos breeds anxiety. Anxiety inevitably leads to terrible financial decisions. Take the time to consolidate your accounts, clarify your investments, and keep your financial systems effortlessly simple.
Next up, Rule 6. Focus on cash flow, not just income. We all know people who earn a massive, really impressive salary, but they still feel entirely broke at the end of the month. Why does this happen?
Well, because their money gets swept up in a relentless tornado of outgoing expenses just as fast as it comes in. True financial stability is never measured by what you make. It is measured strictly by what you keep.
Let's look at this basic mathematical formula. Income minus expenses equals your surplus. If this number is 0, you are financially stuck in a stressful paycheck-to-paycheck loop. If it's negative, you're actively sliding into a danger zone and rapidly accumulating toxic debt. But if that number is consistently positive, no matter how small the margin might be, you are successfully building the impenetrable fortress of your financial stability.
Now for Section 3, the minimalist wealth mindset. This brings us to Rule 7, which tackles one of the most dangerous, pervasive financial traps of our modern era: comparing your life to others. You see your peers traveling, buying new gadgets, projecting this flawless life on social media, and naturally, it makes you feel left behind. But you have to remember, you are comparing your everyday reality to their highly curated highlight reel. True financial stability requires a ruthless ability to ignore this outside noise. You are not managing your money to impress strangers, you're managing it to secure your ultimate freedom.
Rule 8 is to invest consistently, not emotionally. Amateurs invest based entirely on feelings. They buy in a frenzy when the market is up, and they panic sell the absolute moment it drops. The minimalist investor, however, completely ignores the dramatic headlines. You set a fixed amount to invest regularly, perhaps into broad, low-cost market index funds, and you literally just leave it alone for decades. Enduring wealth is not built by cleverly timing the market, it's built through relentless, predictable, and frankly, incredibly boring discipline.
Rule 9 reminds us to relentlessly protect our income. Listen closely. Your biggest wealth-building asset is not your diverse stock portfolio or your real estate holdings, it is your foundational ability to earn a living. If your primary income stops, the entire financial system we've discussed grinds to a devastating halt. You must actively protect it by continuously learning new skills, staying highly relevant in your evolving industry, and making yourself indispensable. A stable, growing income is the absolute engine for a stable life.
And finally, Rule 10. This is perhaps the most underrated and profoundly difficult rule to master. Define enough for yourself. If you don't clearly define what enough looks like for your own life, the goalposts will simply keep moving further away. You will spend your entire existence endlessly chasing more money, more possessions, more superficial status. Yet despite your wealth, you will always feel completely insecure.
The ultimate minimalist mindset is perfectly captured here. Once your needs are covered, focus on stability, not endless growth. Finding your personal threshold of enough is the exact moment you truly become wealthy, because it's the moment you are no longer a slave to the exhausting pursuit of more.
Section 4, simple rules win every time. The reality is that achieving true financial stability is not a complicated endeavor. It's quiet, it's simple, and frankly, it's often boring. While everyone else is constantly searching for a secret shortcut to massive riches, you are quietly following proven, unbreakable systems. So if you found this explainer helpful, your next step is simple. Don't try to implement all 10 of these rules at once. Pick just one rule to start today, because long-term consistency will always beat short-term perfection. I'll leave you with this question to think about. Which of these rules are you currently breaking, and what is it actually costing your future?